Hello.
Hello.
Oh shit! I'm using all the wrong audios. Hang on.
Oh,
Dumb motherfucker. Speakers. Scarlett Solo USB. Microphone. That looks like it's functioning. All right.
there you go. There you go.
Look at you.
Look at
Wow.
me. How are
Got a
you?
camera, didn't?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I have a hipster webcam now, so yeah.
Looks so fucking realistic, man.
Dude, it's all the resolution.
Which one did you get? I'm kind of jealous now.
This is I have the Insta 360 link.
Oh, yeah. Drew told me about it. It's a little like robot-y looking thing.
Yeah,
Right?
it has a little gimbal. So like
Follows you around a little.
Yeah, it can follow me around or just like it can zoom in real big or wide. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have to look at that. I like the looks of that.
It's a good camera. It's a good camera. All right, I'm gonna text. Drew said he's gonna be a few minutes late. Well, we should start without him. So let me just
piece of crap.
Just let.
Is he late because he's in a car or late because he has something else going on?
I don't know. I assume he was going to be in a car driving, and we would be calling him from the road, but it's Drew. So I think we'll all be surprised when we call him. Well,
good.
So everybody, people listen to the show.
Hang on. Before you do anything.
Okay.
So I thought I thought that we were doing this on the Google Meet thing, and I joined that call and I was sitting there like a fool. But I had Skype started and I have Audacity up. I just have to hit record.
Okay, all right. And I'll probably use the recording off of Skype anyway. But whatever you do is fine.
Oh well, I mean, every other time you wanted me to Audacity things, so I figured I would follow protocol.
Okay, we'll see. Because if Drew is in the car, he will not be recording, and it'll all sound like shit anyway. So
oh, okay, great.
Yeah, but whatever you got's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I can not record if that makes your life easier.
Okay. No, go ahead and record. Go ahead and record.
All right.
Well, okay. I'm ready to call in Drew. Hold on. Okay. Now I got to know how to do that. Add participants. Here we go. Add.
It's like a threesome, but harder to figure out.
I had 2 Drews on my contact list, so we'll see if I got the right one.
Is it me? Did I do it?
You did it.
Oh, wow. Did it, and you sound garbage.
Oh, hold on. This is no good. This is no good. Hold on.
Okay.
Shit. I'm going to go on mute for a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Hold on.
Hey, everybody who listened to the show, welcome to a very special episode. I'm sure they're doing their best Christmas party. We have Drew, which apparently is in a wind tunnel. And we have a very special guest, Erik Darling. Hi, Erik.
Yay. Hello. It's great to be back.
Yeah.
I thought I was never going to be invited back again. I thought you were just going to have that Kruger fella on forever.
How's data?
Oh.
Tell us how the data is.
Boring. Data is boring as always.
Okay.
Yeah. The most boring thing in the world. If I could ever get out of data, I'd be happy.
Oh.
How are things? How's managing?
Selling out is extremely profitable. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
There we go.
Yeah. Cool. So our unwilling participant Drew is still in a tunnel or something.
Yes. We'll see. He's trying to, I don't know, figure something out with his audio, but I also think he's currently in a car driving, which I'm sure makes that challenging.
Weird. Someone having trouble with an Apple product. That's just so strange. I cannot imagine anyone going through that.
Oh,
and it's funny because Drew has all of his subjects lined up up front, and he's just like burning to do it, and now he's not even here. I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Nope. Wait, that's an old text.
Old text.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I wasn't. I'm a little.
Do I sound better now?
You sound different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you blow drying your hair?
No, I'm in a car. Like, wait, like,
Okay. No,
Paul was 100% right. I'm in a car.
Yeah, I know you're in a car.
That's fine. Oh.
I saw your picture of that lovely white rental Buick or whatever yesterday.
Oh, this fucking shit box. Oh my God.
Okay, so what did they give you to drive back to Columbus with?
Well, Paul, like all things in my life, me trying to be clever has complicated things so much. Okay, so we talked about this on last show, and this is the Drew's a Bad Son tour, and I'm finally going to go visit my family who moved south, and it's like a whole thing. Like I traveled like pretty far. Oh, no wonder this thing is so slow. Apparently there's a shooting at a subway here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
like a sandwich subway or like a public transportation?
No, West Virginia doesn't have light rail.
I don't know. I don't know where you are.
So long story short, I flew down to Florida, spent a couple days with my mom, and then I was renting a car, driving to South Carolina, and then I am like currently on my way home from South Carolina. Okay. So I'm driving from there. It's like a 9.5-hour drive. I've already had to stop and pee a few times, and like I'm making a scheduled detour here for a show topic that is coming here in a couple minutes, hopefully, if I can like get through this traffic. So I go to the rental car counter, and they're like, "Hey, we have this Lincoln, whatever for you." I'm like, "That's not going to work. Like, I don't want a shitty Lincoln or whatever." And they're like, "Oh, we have an Acura TLX," and I'm like, "Oh, I like Acura. I like Honda. They're good cars. This will be fine." And I know they have CarPlay. Like, I'll be able to do the podcast like semi decently. Which I hope you're recording, by the way.
I am. Yeah.
This is going to be an editing nightmare for you.
Editing? What's that?
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Just put the AM radio effect on all of us.
Yeah, exactly. So she like, taps her keys on her keyboard and gives me the keys, and like, she's like, go to this level in the parking garage or whatever. And like, I get to the car, and like at first glance, it looks pretty good. But then I open the trunk, and like there's like parts missing to the trunk. Like there's you know how like sometimes, Paul, like Eric, you don't have a car, but like you lift up the back trunk thing, and that's where you keep the spare tire.
Yeah.
That whole part's like just not there. Oh. So like there's no place to put my bags that wouldn't like rattle around or get destroyed in like this plastic bin. So that's like issue number one, right? So then, as I always do when I rent cars, like I sort of document like the scratches and the dings and everything, because like, I'm not paying for any extra insurance or any other crap. So like, I document everything, and then I go to get in the car, and there's a few dings, right? But I go to get in the car, and like it just smells. It just smells like real bad, like real bad. And like it's a weird mix of like whatever they use to clean the car and somebody's body odor. Like it's just, and like I think I'm in a place now where like my nose is adjusted to it, so I don't smell it anymore, right? Like, but I probably reek. And
like, anyone who smells you is going to think you're an Uber driver now.
Well, that's
so like body odor and cleaning product.
Well, you know what? That's a pretty apt description of what's going on. And I was in this car for 6 hours on Tuesday, and then I've been in it since 7:00 this morning, and I'm just ready to be done, and I'm still like 3 hours from home. That's the story of my rental car.
Great. So Stinky Drew is in the house.
Stinky Drew in the house, and I'm almost to my scheduled stop for my show topic. But why don't we talk about your Mac problems, Eric? Because is
this a 3-part podcast?
No,
do we have more time?
Listen. No, I want to be on record as saying I did not advise you to do this, right? Like I was very much against you in this M3 adventure, but you were adamant.
Okay, so
I'm not taking any shit. I'm not giving you any shit.
Okay,
well, are you sure?
No shit being given.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, you bought an Intel Mac, I don't know, a few years ago.
Yep.
And did not like it.
No.
Okay.
I liked it.
It did not work for what you were trying to do with it.
Sort of. So like the Intel Mac that I bought, of course, worked like a computer. Like you could turn it on and do things with it. But the virtualization story did not have a happy ending for me. Okay. Where all of my the VMs that I wanted it to use are like SQL Server performance demo VMs, and like creating indexes in my database took like 3, 5, 10 times longer than it did on like a comparable Windows sized VM. So like that part didn't work out for me, but just like as a general usage computer, it's been absolutely fine. Like no real gripes there. I plug things in, they work. I talk to people, I do stuff. And for like regular VMs that I use for client work, like if they want me to like do remote stuff and VPN into things, I don't want the VPN to interfere with like my regular computer stuff. So I set up VMs for that, and like those VMs work totally fine because I don't have to do anything very IO intensive with them. So that part's been fun.
Hey, real quick, hey guys, I'm gonna drop off for 1 second. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for all those things, the Mac has been wonderful. But like, just the one VM thing didn't work out. So I heard the two of you lovely fellows talking about the new M3 Macs, and I was like, you know what? I've had this one for a while. I think what I would like my idea, my big pie in the sky idea was to get the new M3 Mac, make that my like daily driver, scale it way down because I don't need like a 64 gig RAM box because I'm not going to be doing any of the performance demos with it. I'm just going to be doing like my regular ass computer work with it. And I thought that I could turn the Intel Mac into like a VM farm and just have like a bunch of like 8 gig RAM VMs to do client work on. And it did not. So like I said, like I got the Mac, I got the M3, I set it up. Everything was Gucci with that. Like, I got like everything installed on here. Curiously, I did not install Skype or Audacity on it because I was like, you know what? It's been a while. I don't know if I'm going to need these again. Lo and behold, here we are.
Here you are.
Yep. So I set it up. Everything was great. And then I was like waiting to like promote it to prod. And so like one day I was like real light on client calls. So I was like, screw it. Here we go. Yeah, thank you. And so like I unplug my old Mac and I plug in the new Mac. And the first thing that goes screwy is I can only have like in the documentation for it, it says this thing supports 3 monitors. Mm-hmm. And I was like, brilliant. I have 3 monitors because I need one for like my main focus, like web call thing, and then other monitors so I can like look at stuff going on in the world around me and see if there's anything else that I need to like pay attention to. So only 2 monitors work. Like my main LG monitor worked, and then for like my 2 side monitors, only one at a time would work. So like if I unplugged one, the other would work. If I plugged the other one in and unplugged the other one would work. But then at the same time, they did not both work. So that was the first thing. But then I was like, you know what? I can live without one monitor. Like one of them I look at way more anyway. Maybe it's not a big deal. And then I went down the path of, I mean, I don't know if I want to call it a path or a death march, but it was RDP from Mac to Mac, which is fairly easy to do with like the built-in VNC thing.
Screen sharing, yeah.
But the resolution is dog shit. Like I had this like letterbox, nothing on the side view of my old Mac on the monitor, and like swiping around in there was really awkward. And so I pretty immediately backed out and went back to using the Intel one, and that's why I can talk to you today. So that was my Mac adventure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know you're dying inside hearing that.
No, it's fine. I know I use screen sharing and it's great, but that's okay. I'm more curious about your monitor situation because I know like how were you trying to hook those monitors up?
Yep. So the new M3 Mac has 3. I'm just going to say USB-C shaped ports.
Thunderbolt.
And then one.
Thunderbolt.
Yep. There you go. Yep. And then it has the MagSafe charger. And then there's an HDMI port.
Yes.
So 2 of the monitors were Thunderbolt and one of them was HDMI.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's odd. That should have worked.
Yeah. And then like I had my dock plugged in where like everything else worked. It was just the monitor thing that went wacky. Yeah. Fun stuff. Fun stuff in the life of Erik. Technology really does hate me. And it's which is weird because that's what I work in. But like every time I try to use something, it's just,
well, I mean,
people look at me with pity. They're like, that never happens to anyone. What did you do?
All computers are awful. That's a baseline. All computers are awful all the time. The fact that anything works ever is just truly a miracle. I'm really surprised about
and it's getting worse.
Yeah, well, true, it is getting worse. As everything gets more expensive and complicated, it really it's just getting worse.
Yep, it's not good. So yeah, that was my Mac adventure. It's not really the most dazzling show conversation that's ever been had, but that was like a really sweaty like 8 a.m. to noon for me, just like trying to get things to work, and just like it was just like one thing after another. It was just like no, it's not going to happen. It's like all right, just threw in the towel on it.
Now, see, I would highly recommend the one big monitor, the one good monitor lifestyle. It's great.
Yeah.
But I know I'm in the minority there. People like their 8 monitors and 8 shitty monitors altogether.
Yeah. So I have one really nice monitor in the middle. It's the LG, it's like the slightly older LG one. That's whatever one Drew recommended I get when
the 5K Ultra 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And like the side monitors don't have to be high res because they're not doing anything special. Like I keep like iMessage on one and email and like calendar and some other stuff, just so like, you know, when I'm on a call, I'm not constantly swiping around and context switching, so I can just like look to the side and figure some stuff out. And so like the stuff that goes on the sides is like, you know, just is like keeping me up to date while I'm, you know, mostly focused on the middle one. And I do use like the workspaces thing and swipe around a lot on the main one for like stuff that I'm like, you know, actually working on in front of me. So like I do feel like I at least in spirit understand why you do what you do and have the one monitor lifestyle, but like when I'm on a client call or something and like that's the one thing that's in front of me, it's a little awkward for me to like, you know, like swipe around to something else or like, you know, you know, like lose that focus.
You and I have very different requirements out of your computer lifestyle. So I
should get into management.
So you should just sell out. It's great. I became aware of the situation when I got a text from Drew asking me if I wanted to buy your computer. Are you still trying to sell it? Have you found a buyer?
I have not found a buyer, but I also haven't really looked much. Life has been rather busy, and I have philosophical objections to selling electronics on eBay, so I'm not going to do that. It's not a fun time. So right now it's just sort of like it's sitting over on my desk, like my other desk, charging, and I will occasionally bring it to my second apartment to do blogging and stuff from while I'm like sitting there with family or whatever.
Okay,
so that's what I'm doing.
So are you still within the return window? Can you return it? I don't know. And second question, okay, look into that because, you know, like if you bought it from Apple, they have a pretty generous return window. You take it to an Apple store and say, I don't want it. And they'll go, I'm sorry to hear that. Here's your money. And second apartment, question mark?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The thing is that like getting to the Apple store nearest me is kind of a pain in the ass, and I'm sort of lazy and busy, and you know the stuff that I'm busy with is pretty much like test the limits of my laziness anyway. So it just hasn't happened yet. I'll probably just end up keeping it, and if the Intel Mac ever just completely burns out on me, it'll become my primary thing, and otherwise I'll just like do light work with it and like take it to travel with, because then I don't have to worry about like unhooking all the docks and monitors from my Intel Mac and doing stuff. Cause like plugging that, like when I get home from vacations and I plug everything back in, it like freaks out for the first like 10 minutes. And it's just like trying to figure out all these different things. It's just like, wait, I was just on hotel Wi-Fi. What the fuck is going on now? It's like, there's like a weird adjustment period. That's to like burn back
all
in
these
a little
peripherals.
bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Like microphones. What?
Now, are you in the process of moving from one apartment to another? Do you just collect apartments in your spare time?
No, we have 2 apartments.
Okay.
Because in New York, I have a wife and 2 kids.
Okay.
And we initially rented a 3-bedroom apartment in this building, and we very quickly outgrew the 3-bedroom apartment. When we first moved in, it was just me, my wife, and 1 daughter, and then another daughter came along, and then a COVID happened, and our upstairs neighbors moved out. Well, I point up, but I'm on that floor now, and so we after the apartment had sat unrented for like 2 years or something, we were like, how much would it be to rent that one? So now if we wanted to find one apartment in one building that was 6 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 kitchens, with an office, it would be bajillions of dollars. But since our landlord is pretty cool, we get 2 apartments for to put things in perspective, you would have a hard time in some parts of Manhattan finding like a 1-bedroom or studio apartment for what we pay for 2 apartments. So
fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I pretty much live and breathe on the 3rd floor, and the wife and 2 kids pretty much live and breathe on the 2nd floor, and everything works out really well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I know. Just like you're thinking, why can't he just have one big monitor and one big house?
Yeah.
Why don't you do anything sensibly? I'm not a sensible man, Paul.
Okay.
Not sensible at all.
Beginning to make sense now. Sense.
Yeah. It all adds up.
I'm beginning to wonder if Drew has fallen down some kind of hole. That's okay.
Yeah. Drew has been.
No.
There he
Drew's
is.
Here. I was keeping my mouth shut through all of that. Like I said, I had to make a scheduled stop.
Was it a poop stop?
Okay.
No. Okay, so I guess we can. I really want to get to this one next for a couple of reasons.
Go for it.
Okay.
Most of all, I'm just afraid I'm going to fall asleep behind the wheel.
Okay.
So I didn't want to spoil the surprise for everybody on the phone, but I was made aware recently of a news story. You may have seen it, you may have not, but are you familiar with this Panera caffeine lawsuit death thing?
Yes, the super caffeinated lemonade. Yeah.
So I just bought one.
Oh no.
So I haven't had any caffeine since this morning, and I've been kind of keeping it light on caffeine all day for this particular part of the show. So next to me in the cup holder is a big old thing of this lemonade that I'm going to drink on the air here. And it's either going to help me get home safely, or this could be the last show I ever do. It could be one of the 2 things.
Oh, you have 2 things going for you with the lemonade situation. One is that you only bought one of them, and 2 is that you didn't put any alcohol in it.
Is that what people were doing?
I don't know, but everyone I read about who died was just like he bought 3 of them and exploded.
Well, they have. So, from what I understand, there was multiple phases to how you could purchase this lemonade. So it has a lot of caffeine in it, and apparently,
there's a lot of caffeine.
Originally, it was just kind of out, and you could just fill your cup with it and drink it, and then go back and get a refill, and just go nuts. And then people were like, "How much caffeine did I consume?" And then phase 2 is they put a warning. So hey, this is highly caffeinated, which I'm not sure helps. And now I guess it's mostly behind the counter, you don't.
So now it's behind. Okay, so here's the experience of buying this. So I just drove 30 minutes out of my way for this fucking bit in high traffic West Virginia. So I roll up to this Panera, put you guys on hold, walk in there, and I'm looking at the menu. And you have to order it at the counter now, and there is a warning up on the big billboard where the menu is. And I was like, I would like one of these things, please. And I said, how many of these can I buy? And I got a really weird look. I think rightfully so, because I think I was testing the young woman, and she only gave me one.
Okay.
And I'm sort of sipping on it here. I'm going to make the ice kind of slosh around here so you can. But it's going to go everywhere.
That's good audio.
Yes, it's here. It's here in the car. I'll be sipping it and probably getting more and more excitable as the show goes on.
Yeah, so I was doing a little show research about this thing, and curiously, the first thing when I typed in Panera that came up was not lemonade deaths; it was dress code. So now
there was no dress code at this West Virginia
Panera. I'm looking at an infographic about the caffeine, the milligrams of caffeine per ounce. And I don't think the problem is the amount of caffeine; it's the amount of ounces. So, like, this thing has less caffeine than Panera coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Starbucks dark roast, something called Bang, but the convenience is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did get the biggest size. To be fair, I did get the biggest size because I am in the car and I'm going to be in the car for the next 3 hours. So. I wanted something that was going to last me a little bit, but it is pretty fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Like it's
full of sugar.
pretty.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they get you.
I mean, probably, but this is like sort of a vacation. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow myself to enjoy something.
Well, if you start feeling too amped up, stop at a liquor store, buy a few nips of something, and calm yourself down. You're gonna need a parrot.
I already broke a whole bunch of laws today. I don't want to drink anymore.
Why? You're on a roll. You're on a hot streak.
I basically went through the easy pass lanes when I don't have an easy pass, but that's what Hertz told me to do.
Come on, baby, you're on a hot streak. You're hot to trot. Just telling you, push it.
Yeah, I think I owe the fine folks at the West Virginia Turnpike Authority like $28 plus like some fees. They're probably going to send it in the mail.
Wow. You have a 30-ounce lemonade, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So how much? Okay, so how much caffeine is in that?
13 milligrams per ounce.
Yeah.
Oh.
So right around getting close to 400.
I can't wait for this to kick in because I seriously have not. I had a cup of Starbucks coffee right before I got on the road this morning at 7 a.m. in South Carolina, and I've been driving all day. I stopped for like a quick lunch. I didn't have anything. I'm like, I'm saving, and here we are. I'm doing this for you, the listeners, all 6 of you. 5 because Eric's a listener. He's on the show.
5. I'm right here.
Yeah, exactly.
So according to my quick research with Google, that is roughly a caffeine equivalent of 4 or 5 cups of coffee, and is generally considered the top limit of how much you should consume per day.
Okay.
So yeah, you're like chugging coffee is what you're doing.
Yeah. I've already drank a third of this because it's really, really good.
And that's how people die.
Yeah.
So if you start feeling your heartbeat in your neck, slow down.
Okay. There's not a lot of places to pull over, so I'm just going to ride this out and see what happens. Yeah, so I
get to the next Panera.
That was the thing, right? So I was trying to plan this out so that I would have this ready to go without having to miss a beat in terms of traffic or my route home or anything like that. Surprisingly few Paneras around interstates, or at least not on the signs that tell you what foods at an exit.
Well, they cater to the classy urban crowd. They don't cater to the classy.
Yeah, tell me about this Panera dress code. Now you got my interest.
Yeah, I didn't explore that. I just assumed it was something to keep lot lizards out. But I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back. I don't mind.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna let this caffeine kick in, and then I'll have more to talk about. But what's next on the agenda here?
Sorry. So speaking of sweet things, Drew. Speaking of sweet things.
Okay, you accomplished your mission.
I would like to talk to you about Sour Punch.
By the way, I got a lot of good feedback on social media that Sour Punch is in fact good, so I'm not crazy, but I feel that there's a big but to the end of your statement here.
I feel like the word sour is used very, very loosely when it comes to describing the flavor of Sour Punch.
It's more punch than sour.
Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed to call them sour. They are not sour. They are tangy. They're tangy punch. That sounds dirty. They are tangy.
But tangy is sour-ish. It's sour adjacent.
I mean, they're don't get me wrong. I've almost ate the whole bag, Drew. So like, it's not like
Okay, well, I don't want to hear it.
But
They're good.
they are good. They are good. I wish they were just a little bit more. They don't have to be quite as sour as a Sour Patch Kid. I get that. But I do wish they were just a little more sour. Now, what is
more sour forward?
Yeah, more sour forward. Exactly. Now,
But hold on though. You bought the candy cane version too.
Yes,
was a sin against God.
I bought the pack of bites, and then I was looking at, because you had made me mad with how wrong you were about candy canes. So I was looking, when I went shopping, I looked for more candy canes, and I saw Sour Punch candy canes, and I was like, this will piss them off. And
are they sour punch canes?
Sure fucking did. Sure fucking did, buddy. I almost threw my phone across the room when I saw that. Because number one, I didn't think they even made such a thing. And second of all, the fact that you bought them and are presumably attempting to enjoy them without getting your hands and face all sticky.
Okay, how do you eat a candy cane is my question. Because I can eat them without getting sticky. But
it's all about wrapper management.
Yes, it is about wrapper management.
Exactly. And there is no good way to manage that wrapper. Because you need the wrapper to hold on to it, or else your hands are going to get sticky.
Well, it's also about saliva management, Drew. So if you're getting real drooly on that,
you know what? I am a little sloppy when it comes to that. I am a little sloppy when it comes to that. I'll freely admit it.
Oh,
really knobs down on that candy cane.
Yeah, I really do. I slobber down, baby. Okay, this looks like a really dangerous interchange. I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
All right. So Paul, I'm curious about the sour candy cane that you got. Is that just the sour? Oh, sorry, we're gonna put sour in air quotes on this one. The tangy cane, or is that like a peppermint candy cane with sour?
No,
elements?
they were just. It was the same flavors as the regular Sour Punch bites, but just in candy cane form. And I'm here to tell you they are terrific. They're still not super sour. But they are very good. If you're a fan of, say, Starburst candy canes or Skittle candy canes, I would definitely pick up some Sour Patch candy canes. I'm a fan of all candy canes. Peppermint really also good. My family got me some spicy candy canes last year. They had like a little bit of I don't know, chutzpah in them.
Is that one of the candy canes? It's like a candy cane mashup with like hot tamales or something.
Yeah, something like
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I think I also had some one with like some jalapeno like in him, like just very, very
gourmet.
Very, very, very light. But just a little kick, because hot and sweet.
You don't need a lot.
No, you don't need a lot. You don't need exactly. You do not need a lot.
No. Especially if you're going with like a classic peppermint flavor, you don't want. You don't need those competing like icy peppermint with like spicy hot hitting your tongue at the same time. You just it gets too confusing. It gets way too confusing. The mind boggles. Now you got me looking at gourmet candy canes, and then I remembered I don't have your address, so it's all for naught.
I wonder how expensive you can get a candy cane to be.
I don't know. I was thinking though, if the podcast doesn't work out, you could always just take Drew's audio and put it over like some like hardcore. I think he's hit that range with it.
Yeah, he was clipping a little bit there. That's okay. What are you gonna do now?
I mean, he's in a car.
Yeah,
a cheap car. Cheap car with no trunk.
I can't be responsible for the lack of all the G's that exist in West Virginia. I'm on like 2G, all right? Interstate 77 corridor, I don't think is known for its fucking Wi-Fi, all right? Like, I can't. I am the epitome of doing our best right now. Like, I am trying to make this work.
Just Drew on fire.
Oh. Now, Eric, do you have any big plans for the holidays?
This caffeine already kicking in. This caffeine is already kicking in.
I can hear it. It's turning you into an alien.
Yeah, you keep getting louder and louder.
It is making me mental on this interstate.
Sweating?
I mean, I'm naturally a sweaty, greasy guy, so I don't know.
That's what I like about you.
Yeah, my wife doesn't need any lip balm. She just kisses me on the forehead.
Can always tell Drew's side of the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have a little bit of real time news going on.
Oh boy,
I've been a little distracted. In fact, I originally had my camera on so Eric could see me, but I turned it off because I have been watching Find My like a hawk for the past 30 minutes. Because right now, my son is in a car with a stranger doing his first of his instructor-led driving instruction.
Oh boy!
And mostly, I'm just like, okay,
are they drinking vanilla drinks?
Somehow I don't think so. I'm just mostly like, is the car still moving? That's
a smart thing to keep track of.
Yeah, it's like,
I like that.
Yeah, has the car kept moving?
We talked about this, right? Because initially, like, Zach wasn't all about getting his permit, right?
Yes. So it kind of went in phases. Originally, he was really, really excited to get his driver's license. And then he realized that was phase one. And phase two was him realizing all of his friends already have licenses in cars. Therefore, he doesn't need them. And now we're in phase three. The realization that all those friends are seniors and graduating this year. And he will need his own transportation to be able to drive. So now he is very much all about it. He did all of his like classroom work, and he is just today he's in a car with a stranger driving around. I sure hope he doesn't die.
Does the stranger have like the override brake pedal?
Oh, I sure hope so.
Yeah. Those things seem key.
Yeah, I imagine that's what they did because it's like, hey, we provide the cars, the whole thing. But yeah, he is driving around downtown Grove City as we speak. So
my secret confession is I never did driver's ed.
How did you?
Don't tell the insurance company.
It wasn't a requirement like where I grew up. Like you could do it, and like I think you got a break on your insurance or something. I don't know. And it was like an optional class you could do like after school, but it was not a requirement. Which I guess in Ohio it is, right? Like you have to do it.
Yeah.
It was not a requirement for me to do it where I grew up.
Huh.
Yeah, I know nothing of these things. I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
No car, no license.
I thought you had a license though, Eric.
No, it would be so irresponsible for me to get a license.
Do you have but you have like a state ID or something, right?
I have a state ID. I have a passport. I have lots of photo identification, but none of them say I can drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you lived in the city, I mean, I could see the need for that being a lot less. But out here in the sticks, yeah,
just another one of the like just insensible things about me. Don't want to bother with it.
Two laptops.
Yeah.
No cars. No cars.
Yep. Oh. 3 monitors. It's a dire situation.
Now, my license, I mean, Paul, I think I've told you this story. I mean, I think I still worked with you like when my license was so expired, I had to start over.
Yes, I do remember. Yes. Yeah.
So, I don't know, Eric, if you know that story, but the short version is like, your license usually expires on your birthday. Mm-hmm. And you can renew, like, I don't know, like in Ohio now, I think you can renew up to 3 years. But every couple of years you have to go to the BMV. You have to do a quick little vision test that, like, you put your face on the dirty counter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you have to show, like, proof of insurance, and then, like, boom, your license is renewed. They take your picture, they print it out, whatever. So a few years back, I just didn't do that. And I went to like get a new cell phone and renew my cell phone plan, and they asked to see my ID. And the young woman looked at my driver's license and said, "Okay, that's you, but just so you know, your driver's license is expired. But I'm still going to put through your thing anyway because you might want to go get that done." And this was in like July. My birthday's in December.
Yeah, so, I think the limit is 6 months. After 6 months,
it is 6 months. And I went to the driver's place, the fine Coladas folks, and I said, "Hey, I need to renew this," and they're like, "You got to go get your permit." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, you're not licensed anymore." So I was driving around with, like, not just an expired license, but effectively no license. So I had to go get a permit. Then I had to go take the written test, which I, like, passed with flying colors. Didn't study at all because, I've been a driver for, 30 fucking years. And then, like, then I had to go take the road test. And, like, I remember showing up there, and it's nothing but, like, oh, God, you know what? No, scratch that. Not going to say that out loud. It was a bunch of kids and, like, me. And then, like, we get in the car, and, like, the guy looks at me, and he goes, "Expired license?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay." So, like, he said,
"No, I'm just here for the kids."
Yeah. I'm here looking for my wife. Yeah. But no, he made me just drive around Hilliard for a little while, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
But that was super embarrassing. And then, like, in the middle of that, I had to drive to Myrtle Beach, and, like, I had to drive with my wife in the car, and we did get pulled over, which I thought was hilarious. She thought was, like, extra hilarious. I was not.
Here's my learner's permit, officer.
I'm 38 years old. Here's my learner's permit.
Now, I did give Zachary one piece of advice before he went out there, and I told him the most important thing to take away from these 8 hours of instructor-led instruction is the style of driving you need to do only for the test that you will never do again. Mm-hmm. The very rigid, hands at 3 and 6, crossover turning, signal for every little thing. Yeah.
When I was younger, one of my friends went to get their driver's license finally at, like, it was like 16 or 17 or whatever it is in Massachusetts. But, like, he had already been driving since he was like 13 or 14. Like, his parents would just, like, let him take a car around. And so, like, he already had every bad habit that, like, normal drivers do.
Yes,
so yes. he shows up to get his license, and it's him by himself. And the driving instructor's like, "You drove here?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Without anyone?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's just like, that's not normal. Yeah. And then, like, not even instructor, like the monitor from the DMV is just like, "All right, get in the car, let's drive around, let's see if you can actually do this." And, like, what does my friend do? He gets in the car, lights a cigarette, like, cranks the radio, and like rolls his window down, and just like one hand backs up out of the parking lot, and the driving monitor is, like, losing his mind, like, "What, kid? What are you doing?"
Strap in.
He's just, like, drinking a coffee on the way.
So for my again, like, I feel like I had the cheat code for getting my driver's license because, like, they didn't even make me parallel park. So when I had to take when I went to take mine, like, I went to the state police barracks, and the guy, like the officer, gets in the car with you. And it was just like a road test.
Yeah.
And, he was, like, making notes. He's like, turn here, turn here, turn here. And then he tried to get me to turn down a one-way street. And 16-year-old me is like, looking at him like, I don't think I can do that. And he goes, "Okay, good. Keep going straight." Like, he was, like, actively trying to get me to fail, which was, good. But
so you, like, want a beer?
Yeah. You want to buy any drugs?
Beer sure is good with driving.
Yeah. Good old days. So, you said this is his first go?
Yeah, this is his first lesson. I mean, he's been driving with us before, but this is his first time with the instructor. So,
is there any like monitoring in the car?
God, I wish I would pay double to have a stream cam of what's going on in that car right now.
Yeah, I'd want that.
Yeah, I would want that, but no.
Like, I think like if you like business idea, get me out of data. I'm gonna start a driving school with like in car monitoring. Yeah. So you can just like make sure your kids don't like pull into the parking lot of like a storage building or something. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird to like, here's a stranger, get in the car. Like,
yeah.
But
well, Erik, I mean, what happens when your kids reach driving age?
They're gonna do what I do. Take Ubers and walk around.
But what if one of them says, Dad, I really want to get my license?
Yeah, go ahead. What advice can I give them? That's like if one of them is like, I want to be a ballerina. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Like what? I have no advice to give you. I can fund your journey, but I have nothing to say. I have no expertise in the area. I don't know. Go ahead. Live out your dream, kid.
All right. There is one more topic in this document that I've been staring at the entire time, and I want to get this. I want to air this dirty laundry now. It is from Erik, and it says, "Why does Paul hate me?"
Yes. No. I was joking. Nothing. I was joking with Drew about that, and then last night I was sort of drunk, and I was looking like part of why I don't have a license. Not that I ever had one and it was taken away. Just I did the responsible thing and was just like, if I get a license, someone's going to die. Maybe me, maybe someone else, maybe a family. I'm not going to do it. But like last night I was kind of drunk and I just stuck that in the document because I felt bad because I contributed almost nothing to like show notes stuff. So like Drew had like 6 things and I was like, Erik, buy a Mac of something they talked about last time that I realized when I was listening to the last podcast yesterday. And so I just stuck that on there. And then I put apartment purging on the end because that's what I was doing. I was just like finding junk to get rid of. But I forget why. Like, because I was like giving Drew shit like a while back. It was just like you haven't had me on the podcast in a while. I'm like, why does Paul hate me?
I do not hate you.
I know. I know. It was just something that seemed funny to say at the time.
There are 2 people that have a standing invitation to this podcast. It's you and John Kruger. You tell us when you want to be on. There's nothing to do with Paul like or disliking you.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't want to overstep that kind of welcome. It's like that's a real position of privilege. I don't want to be like, well, every week now it's a 3-man show.
Hey, let's do it.
If you want that, but you got to bring the heat, buddy. You got to bring content.
I got content. You see, I've been blogging about SQL Server every day, 5 days a week. I can content my ass off.
Yeah, but that's kind of your job.
Kinda. Well, how much are you paying me? How much do you guys get paid?
We'll give you an equal share of all the ad revenue.
The revenue we bring in, we'll cut you in.
You know what? I'm going to start talking about undies and mattresses. Watch.
I mean, the closest we ever got was the guy who made that calculator reached out to us on Twitter.
You know what? That's
we didn't get a free calculator.
No, we got nothing. Nothing. Oh,
I am still gonna buy one of those though.
I have one. They're nice. Yeah.
What do you calculate that you can't calculate elsewhere?
Every once in a while, like
a few friends I have.
Yeah.
Drew, fingers are free.
So every once in a while you need to do some math, and there was a period of time where like I did have to the last year, the COVID year for my son, he was doing like linear algebra, and it was nice to have it to kind of help him through that. But yeah, it turns out
he's like asking you how to do stuff, and you're like doing math under the kitchen table on the calculator, like, oh, it's simple. All you have to do is.
It was awful. It was awful. It was his teacher was Mr. Khan Academy. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Yeah, real nice guy.
Real reasonable.
Not real responsive to questions.
No.
And I think we talked about this, but the best part was there was like he had to do Khan Academy videos, and then there was like these tests he had to take.
Oh no!
But the two were not lined up at all. So we go ahead and take the test, and we're like, "Have we covered this?" He's like, "Nope, not at all."
Why is there a geography section?
Yeah.
This is unreasonable.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It turns out I'm also not a good educator, so like everything we did, he doesn't remember, and we had to get him a tutor. Yeah, it was a whole big thing. Yeah,
yeah. I mean that's my kids with math too. Well, I mean not the younger one. She's not doing math yet, but the older one, like just like me, did not take to math naturally, and so like everything's a real like kind of struggle. And I realize I am also not a good math educator because I am also not terribly good at math, so I don't have like a good way of explaining stuff. And like there's like a lot of like real tense homework moments where at the end I have to sit next to him and be like, look, no one is going to expect you to do this stuff on paper or in your head in your life. Don't stress it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's not going to come up. Like, there's nothing in your life where someone's like going to ask you like a tough math question, and you're not going to be able to pull out your phone and be like, "Oh, 486 divided by 13. Yeah, no problem. There we go."
Yeah.
Like I like really have to like reason with her on it because she gets like worked up. I'm like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, I remember teachers telling us we had to learn it this way because nobody has a calculator with them at all times.
Yep.
Oh.
Thanks, Mr. Apple. Now we all do.
Exactly. Oh.
But yeah, like, and it's especially like I don't know if you went through this at all with your kids, but like mine have to do the like absurd Common Core math, which like is like anti-backwards math, and like the way that they expect you to solve the problem is like a bigger problem than the problem they want you to solve. And you're just like, you're making too much of this. Like,
that was that main issue I had trying to help him with his math stuff. It was like going through the lesson and being like, I vaguely remember this, but why are they doing it this way? This way is dumb.
Yeah.
They're stupid. And then realizing that, no, he has to learn how to do it this way. And then, yeah.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. It's like, cause like you look at what they want kids to do and it's just like solve this problem in 10 steps. And you're like, I can do it in 2 the old way.
Exactly.
Like, why do I need 8 more steps to solve this? Like, is someone going to win a prize for like the most obtuse method for solving it? like not even anything hard, like addition.
Yeah. So how you feeling, Drew? How's the lemonade?
Feeling the sweats, baby?
It is absolutely hitting. There's very, very little of this lemonade left. It has absolutely perked me up. Just had to do a speed check. I was doing 105.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, because I was like really into listening to you guys. Plus, I'm pretty fucking amped right now. This stuff works.
Oh.
Drew,
I don't know why truckers need speed when Panera is right there.
Oh.
Drew's going to return that car, and they're going to be like, weird. I didn't know there were finger grooves in the steering wheel. And Drew's just going to be walking away with, like, vinyl on his hands, just, like, gripping.
Yeah, my hand is actually kind of grippy now that you mention it. Like, I just look at the steering wheel. It's a little grippy. Know the signs of caffeine addiction. No, it's good. I'm feeling real awake right now.
Little too awake, maybe. Have you like seen the future yet?
Well, but I see you guys nailed it. It's like it's a lot of caffeine in ounces, but this stuff is like a giant sugary drink. Like it's like how I get you. It's like how I get you with cocktails. Like it just. I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about kids and all this cool stuff, and like, oh, so this is like a really good podcast. So like, I'm just slamming this enormous drink into my bowl, and it's just like, I can see how this could kill somebody.
I think what Panera did was they bought like the base recipe of Four Loko and then just took all the like boozy stuff out. They got like all the cracky stuff, none of the boozy stuff.
Yeah, but you are 100% correct. Like, if I were to take this home and empty this into, like, a big Tervis and add, like, one of those little, like, vodka shooters to it, or, like, 3 or 4 of them, you got yourself a stew. Like, you could really get going on something here. It is basically Four Loko.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, caffeine and booze has been, like, I don't know. Like, basically, like, my sun and moon for...
Yeah, I learned I learned very early on that when I mix the two, when I do booze and caffeine, that's when horrible, life-altering mistakes are made. And yeah, I keep
really.
Oh, yeah.
We got 5 minutes left, man. Why don't you tell us? Tell us the story.
Just
we have all the time in the world left. First,
I just, back when I used to be Paul Baylor and I used to work for a very persnickety, very uppity consulting company, and everybody had per diems and everybody was traveling, and you'd go and you go to a bar and you ask them do you have Jaeger and Red Bull? And they would say no. And then someone would go, well, if you want to make a lot of money, you should go get some right now. We just brought 40 thirsty dudes into here, and everybody wants a Jaeger bomb.
God.
And then they would do it, and then you would drink Jaeger bombs, and it turns out when you have caffeine offsetting some of the sleepy makingness of booze, you drink more booze.
Yeah, keeps the wind in your sails, baby.
Yeah, I remember I was working in Cleveland and just drank entirely too much. And like we all had to get up really, really early because there was like an all hands meeting. Full-time employees, contractors, everybody together. And I'm feeling like absolute shit. And
you smell like Drew's car.
Oh no! I was like, I think I was still like sweating vodka because like I take a shower and I get dressed and I sit down and the person beside me is like, are you okay? Because you don't you smell like a still. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Like that's my face wash.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just really big into hand sanitizer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's great. Drink. It tastes so good. Yeah. No, I'm with you on the booze and caffeine thing. There was one night one mid-afternoon I woke up and the one thing that I had in my pants pocket that I was still wearing was a bar receipt. And like, I don't know if I can take credit for all of them, but there were 25 Jaeger Red Bulls on it. And I remember looking at it and I just went, whew.
Yeah.
Like just amazed that I was home and like not bleeding. Like everything was functioning. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm great at drinking.
I'm good at this. I should have died, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
A steel liver. It's wonderful. Oh. Uh-oh, Drew?
Hey, so not to, I'm fine. Not to change topics too much, but so logistically, Paul, I can't do this live on the air with you, but do you want to do Christmas stuff?
I say we just do it next show. Because you sound like ass. So
well, the show's in the show.
Yeah, but people need to be able to at least kind of understand what's going on.
I guess it's been gold.
You sound pretty awful. You sound pretty bad.
Oh my god.
You sound pretty bad. Yeah.
What a waste of a show.
This is like having a seance and contacting Drew. Like Drew's the dad in Interstellar, like yelling through a bookcase.
I wonder if it would be better if I put my AirPods in.
I don't know. Try it.
I don't know whether it's the mic or if it's the
reception. The signal.
Yeah.
You can try. We can just talk about everything we already talked about if it's better.
All right, hang on.
Drum roll, please. Like I don't want to keep making fun of him because I feel bad, but it's
pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, what are you gonna do?
He's like an alien invader threatening us.
Okay, is that better or worse?
Holy shit!
Wow.
Different
is that
Drew.
Better?
Like,
wow.
Okay, so it's better.
Oh
yeah,
like night and day.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we want to start the podcast?
Hey, Drew, what's in the show's in the show, buddy.
Yeah, but like if my voice sounds terrible and like no one's gonna understand it, like I don't want that to be like the whole point of the show. Can you make it work? Like, are you gonna be able to like clean it up so I'm like semi like intelligible?
I'll do what I can. I'll do what I can. Dude, it's Christmas. People that's our Christmas gift to everybody is a really weird show.
Okay.
Also, I'll just throw it out there. Like, if you wanted to re-record tomorrow with like functional Drew, I have like some time.
Yeah, but you won't get super like legalized methamphetamine Drew.
That's true. All right. Well, I mean, like, I can talk for another 45 minutes until I have to take the kids to a movie. So if you want to just keep going, we can keep going.
Well, I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know the editing nightmare that's like awaiting Paul, but
it's okay. Editing? No, like this show is going live unedited, including this conversation right here. It's just going right on the website.
Oh my god! I'm like, sometimes I do listen back to the shows to try to remember what we talked about. I'm like scared to listen back.
Don't listen to this one. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah. In fact, if
just cut out my parts because like you and Erik carried it anyway. So like just cut out my parts.
No, your parts are your parts led into our parts. We can't cut you out.
No, it's great.
We're bound together. We are human caterpillared together.
Drew, it's going to be okay. It's going to be.
It's probably because like somebody. It's probably like cum in all the microphones. In this like people just came in every orifice of this car at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, why? Clearly the trunk is broken because someone escaped out of it.
Or like, have you ruled out the fact that like this car was used for an orgy before you got it? Like,
well, I mean, look, the only way I can finish is into hotel coffee makers. So like, I get it. Like everybody has a kink, you know. Like I get that.
True. That's true.
So you're okay. Bonus round. Your car is really a super advanced alien spaceship, like in Repo Man, and it's got like extra radioactive shielding, so that that's why you sounded like that. I think that's the only other thing I can come up with.
Yeah, but I've made several.
You can stick
calls.
with cum if you want.
Yeah, but I've made several phone calls today where obviously I was like, you know, listenable to the people that I called. Mm-hmm. So I just assumed that was going to work. That's poor judgment on my part, but
it's okay.
I mean, did they say anything to you about you something?
No, but
were they just being real polite?
Yeah, but nobody ever told me I was ugly either. Like I had to figure that out on my own too. Yeah. Like it was fine.
Well, someone has to be your real friend.
Really? Because you don't play Call of Duty with me anymore.
That's a completely separate subject.
I mean, we're here.
I will still be best friends with you, despite not having a Call of Duty installed.
Just not the same without you.
I know. Well, you played for years without me anyway.
Yeah, but like the years I did play with you was a lot better.
Oh, really? All right. Well,
oh yeah.
I'll think about it.
Okay, but I mean, I know that means no, but it
doesn't mean no. It just means that I need like the like. So I think like not playing Call of Duty regularly is a lot like when you break any other like habit or you break any other like, cycle in your life. It's just real hard to get back into it. So not playing for a while, like the longer you don't do it, the harder it is to do it again. Think about forming any habit, right? It takes a while for that habit to sink in, but then once it sinks in, it feels natural. And then like if you stop doing it, then you're just like, oh, I ought to do that again. But it's like real hard to get yourself to like get back into it. I don't know. That's how I am anyway. But we've already covered the fact that I'm an aberration of a human being. My 3 monitors and 2 apartments and no cars and all that.
And plus, like, you keep getting older and the universe keeps producing like sexist, racist 14-year-olds to like.
Yeah, but you get to shoot them and it's legal. And then they get mad at you.
Are you doing good with your shooting mans, Drew? Are y'all back in?
I'm not banned anymore, right. but but this year's Call of Duty, man, I'm just not good at it. Like it's been rough. It's been pretty rough this year.
What's making you not good at it? Because you are like the reliably good player.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like if you're on keyboard and mouse this year, it's extra rough right now because the game this year, they upped the amount of health that you have, and my bread and butter playing those games is I like to shoot people from far away. I like to set up shop somewhere with a high rate of fire assault rifle and just pick people off. And you just can't do that this year. And the fact that these kids with the controllers can just, immediately scope in and kill you one shot or two shot. The network desync seems to be pretty bad. I don't know. Like I'm making excuses, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same like it feels every year.
No, I always thought that they tried to like segregate, to use a horrible word, the keyboard and mouse and console players. No.
I mean, you can turn off crossplay, but the fact of the matter is, like, there's still a fair amount of people that play on the PC with a controller, and while that's a little less common, if you were to turn off crossplay, like you're still going to run into it. And if you are using a controller, there are controller specific settings that control, that auto aim and aim assist or, whatever they're calling it. But yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. That's like stuff that I don't miss about it. It was just like watching the kill cam of someone just auto lock on 4 different people and kill them all immediately. And I was just like, but I was shooting at you. Like, how did you do that? It's like,
well, but I will say this though, like the maps that they brought back this year are really fun. I mean, shipment is always going to be shipment. Like
shipment is shipment.
No amount of aim assist in the world can prepare you for the absolute shit fest that is shipment. And that is in the rotation right now. And then they brought back zombies this year. They made it like an open world type zombies scenario that is just a lot of fun. It's pretty. I mean, it can be as mindless as you want it to be. So I'm still enjoying it. Don't get me wrong.
Mindless zombies is the best zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies with a goal is weird.
You can have a goal, but you get in there, you shoot zombies for 45 minutes, you level up your guns, and it's fun. So you want to do the Christmas thing next time, Paul? Because I could tell you what I got you. I can't send it to you right this second.
Why don't we just wait? Don't we just wait? We'll do a post Christmas episode. That way you don't have to die and you can drink your lemonade. And
it's gone. It's completely consumed. It's in my veins now. The disease is in me.
That was dangerously fast, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an hour.
Not even.
We've been recording.
Right.
We've been recording for an hour. I bought it about 10 minutes in, drank it in the first 30. So yeah.
So that's like an ounce a minute of lemonade.
Yeah.
All right.
My ETA is still 2.5 hours away. I got a feeling that's gonna fly by.
Yeah. I say we just call it here. We make this.
What a show!
This is the show.
What a show!
Hey,
what a great show,
Drew. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling in, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us and really,
my pleasure.
Really carrying this podcast.
Please,
yeah. The quality bar is usually pretty low on this show, but I may have knocked us down several pegs.
Yeah, your Spotify rating is going to tank.
Here's the thing.
First of all, anybody that listens to us on Spotify is banned. I
listen to you on Spotify.
But don't do that. Don't
Why?
do that. You're the problem. Don't do that. Spotify's not for podcasts.
I give up. People.
I listen to all my podcasts on Spotify.
Too many people use Spotify for podcasts, and they're wrong and they're bad people. But I've just given up letting them know that it's okay.
Wait. Why can you not listen to podcasts on Spotify?
So it's better now, but Spotify's not for podcasts. Spotify is for the tunes, not for podcasts.
But I do that too. I pay Spotify $10 a month. And I have all my playlists and my tunes on there. Okay. And then when I get sick of listening to music and I want to hear people talk, I listen to podcasts on there too.
All right.
Why do I need to pay someone else $10 a month to listen to podcasts?
Does Spotify support podcast chapters yet?
I don't know, but I don't listen to podcasts like that. So I either like binge through like a bunch of like old episodes of a new podcast that I get into, or I like listen to this podcast and like I don't really feel the need to skip around unless.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel the need to skip around.
All right, I'm gonna see. I'm playing.
Oh, except when you talk about board games, then I skip the hell out of that. But you know.
They do not support they still do not support podcast chapters in podcasts, which is,
I don't need chapters for an hour. I think that's an hour long.
Okay, I mean, that's fine.
Just happy to listen to it.
But sometimes I put funny stuff in the chapter titles. It's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
Yeah, the chapter titles. I do the podcast title. Paul does the chapter titles, and there's a lot of little Easter eggs in there.
Sometimes.
Well,
that's okay.
I guess I'm not a real fan of the show.
No, it's all right.
I'll just live with that.
I'm just happy that people listen to the show. And here's the thing, Drew. This episode is probably going to be somebody's favorite episode. So, like, regardless of what happened, it's just,
man. Yeah. Did Paul do the podcast title this time? Because I feel like I'm sure it'll be someone's favorite episode is gonna cream. Anything else?
I'm leaning towards. I'm sure their heart won't explode.
I like it.
I think that's where I'm leaning.
Okay,
but it might be like an Erik quote. Might make it as the show title. I don't have access to a keyboard right now, so I'm just gonna have to wing it when I do the show notes.
I have 100% on Paul's quote. 100%.
Guys, I don't feel so good.
Are you clammy?
My stomach hurts.
Yeah, you just put like a pound and a half of caffeinated sugar water in there.
Ooh.
Along with like whatever lemon squeezy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pee really, really soon, and it might be a weird color.
If you're lucky, you're just gonna have to pee.
Ultimately, you could sweat it all out before you even pee.
I mean, it kind of feels like unironically, like if you eat too much candy, you know how your tummy hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a byproduct of the caffeine. I just think it's just how sweet it was.
Yeah. You just better hope
you don't
make a whoa accident. So
accidental rental car cleaning fee.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I shit in the rental car.
It's not any worse than when I found it.
Yeah.
To be fair.
It's like, oh, you went to Panera too, huh? That's probably why they had to clean it from the last person.
Oh.
If I the smart thing would have been to do is put on my Apple Watch before I did that, just to kind of monitor my vitals.
Get a heart rate notification.
Yeah,
like your heart's been beating fast and you're not moving.
Come on, man, you don't want to die in an Apple Watch. You're better than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like.
Well, let's wrap up.
Let's just wrap this up. Hey, everybody, go check out Erik's website if you need boring data stuff. He'll help you out with your boring data stuff.
Lots of boring
data
stuff.
Okay, time out. So hold on, Erik. Where can people find you on the interwebs and like in person coming up?
Oh my God, where can they find me? Holy crap! I hope we have time for this. So I am on still X and Twitter because I can't get like 5,000 people to follow me anywhere else. That's Erik Darling Data. The Erik has a K in it. I also blog at erikdarling.com. That's also Erik with a K in it. What else? I suppose I'm on Blue Sky and LinkedIn with similar spellings, but I pay less attention to those. And upcoming talking things, I'll be at a conference called DataTune in Nashville in March. If you want to come pay to watch me talk for a full day, you can do that. If not, I totally understand because you've listened to this podcast and heard my voice and probably started like reassessing a lot of life choices. And then I have a training day thing in Boston in May, but I don't know if that's fully announced yet. So I'll just keep on the hush about that. But yeah, that's me. That's where you can find me. And I suppose someone else can talk now.
Hey, thank you for being on the podcast. We're glad we'll have you back on again. I promise.
Oh boy,
when Drew's not in a car and is properly caffeinated and not dangerously caffeinated,
properly sedated after this one, probably.
Yeah. And hey, everybody who's listening, thank you for getting through this absolute beast of a podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody, and thanks for listening.
Merry Christmas!